Welcome to the 9642 podcast. This is your host, Mr. Number 9.
And this is The Fool.
This is where me and The Fool give our
Unqualified and unrequested.
ramblings on the various issues in the world of sport.
Or something like that.
Hello everyone, and we are back to a new season and back to our bread and or butter.
Woo!
And it's almost to the end of the transfer window.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a super early review of the season to come. Season due to just for people listening at the moment of recording, it's the 19th of August. The first game is due to be played in 3 days' time.
Yeah. Be Saturday morning our time, which is this Friday night. That's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
He says, vaguely remembering. Yeah, 7 a.m. Saturday, New Zealand time. So, what was that? 2.5 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been a long time since we were last doing this. You know, World Cup doesn't feel that long ago. But at the same time, quite a while ago.
Yeah, and it's
Good
a
month.
crazy season. Like one of my cousins was telling me he had to take a double take because for a long time, for ages in a long time, there isn't a single team with the W on the table.
Oh yeah, there isn't. Look at that.
And they said it looks really weird because Spurs are near the bottom.
They're the bottom team this year, yeah. To start with. Yeah. And the other one was it the 5 of the top 6? Or the 5 of the big 6, 4 of the things? New managers. Only one manager left that's ever won the Premier League. Yeah, with Arteta from last year. So big changes everywhere across everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna find a lot about how the various teams work out, but yeah, it's already a weird year.
Yeah.
We are, if we look at the teams, there's so many teams with new managers, so many teams with managers who will get their first full season right now, and as you said, there's only one manager who's won it before, and that's Mikel Arteta, last year's victorious manager. And so we are going to play a game. So this is how Adam's going to pick his best teams. I'm going to compare team, and you tell me which team you think is worse of the two.
Yeah.
We'll do worse of the two in the season, and then we'll move on. And you keep telling me who you think will do worse.
I see. This should be fun.
All right. So first up, because we're gonna do good versus good to begin with, and then go all the way down. So Arsenal versus Manchester City, the obvious one.
We'll go with Arsenal.
All right. So Arsenal's worse than Manchester City. So you think Manchester City are better?
Oh, sorry, I had the wrong way around. No, City. Yeah, sorry. You make much more sense now that you say that. No, in which case City. Arsenal will be better than City, so we're keeping City. So we're going downwards.
Okay. So City versus Manchester United.
I think I'm keeping City.
Number one, you think the best team is Arsenal, because those are my top two.
Yeah.
And then you think City, and then United versus Liverpool.
No, I was keeping City. United above City.
Oh, United above City. Okay. United. Okay, City versus Liverpool.
Okay, Liverpool's worse there. So City's better. So I'm going forward with Liverpool.
Liverpool. Liverpool versus Chelsea.
Going forward with Liverpool, Chelsea will be better than them.
Okay. Spurs versus Liverpool.
Spurs. I'm going ahead with Spurs. Liverpool is going to be better than them. So Spurs is who I'm taking forward.
And you think Liverpool will finish 6th. Spurs versus Aston Villa.
Keeping Spurs, Aston Villa will be better than Spurs.
Okay. Brighton versus Spurs.
Ooh. Ooh,
Have
no.
European football.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. No, I think Spurs are still going to finish worse. So, going ahead with Spurs, Brighton can have their spot.
Okay. Spurs versus Brentford.
Ooh. No, in this case, I think Spurs is better than Brentford. So we'll move forward to Brentford.
Okay. And Brentford versus Newcastle.
Oh. Actually, I haven't fully seen who Newcastle's brought in. Maybe Newcastle's going to be worse there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So we'll take Newcastle through.
Okay. Newcastle versus Fulham.
Fulham's worse.
Fulham's worse. Okay. Newcastle 11th then. Fulham versus Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. Fulham will be better than Crystal Palace. So.
Okay. Crystal Palace versus Everton.
Ooh, Everton's getting better. No, Everton will do worse than Crystal Palace. We'll take Everton forward.
Yeah, Crystal Palace 13. Everton versus Leeds.
Ooh. Who have Leeds got in? No, I don't think Leeds has improved enough to be above Everton, so Leeds will be worse.
All right. Leeds or Sunderland?
Sunderland. So Sunderland's worse.
Sunderland's worse than Leeds. Okay. Sunderland or Nottingham Forest.
No, I think Nottingham Forest can be better than Leeds. Take Leeds forward.
I think this one I know the answer to. Bournemouth or Leeds?
No, I wonder what you think my answer is. But Leeds is worse than Bournemouth.
Leeds or Coventry?
Coventry.
Okay. Leeds you think will finish 17th. Coventry or Hull City?
Hull City.
Hull City or Ipswich?
Hull City.
Okay.
Fairly confident Hull being bottom of this year.
All right. So you're. Oh, I'm missing one.
Oh, who are you missing? Who did you miss?
Oh yeah, there was Sunderland. You had. I'm missing Sunderland here. I know what I've done wrong. You had Sunderland at 16 above Leeds, which I missed.
All right. Yes.
Yeah. Or actually, no. You had Sunderland above Bournemouth. That's right.
Okay. Yes, I did. You're right. Yes.
Bournemouth, because I forgot about them, are as low as 18th. As low as 16th place. Leeds 17th. But yeah, that's the final table according to Adam.
Close enough, I guess. Given I have to pick one at a time, but
yeah, look, Arsenal, United, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Brighton, Spurs, Brentford, Newcastle, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Sunderland, Bournemouth, Leeds, Coventry, Ipswich, Hull.
Yeah, can't complain about that order.
Speaking of which, I think I'd agree with your top three, because I predicted Chris. My top three, top four. Only difference is you picked Chelsea fourth, and I think Villa's gonna finish fourth
Alright.
after the two Manchester clubs. Arsenal winning, and I think Chelsea will finish fifth. Liverpool will be outside the Champions League positions, but I do think Liverpool might win the Champions League.
Alright.
It'll be one or the other. Either Chelsea will finish sixth and win the Champions League, or Liverpool will finish sixth and win the Champions League. Like, they'll both finish outside the top four. And one of them will win the Champions League. One of it outside the automatic spot.
Yeah. We don't have Champions League this year, though. We were 10th last year, was it? Or lower?
Well, that's right. You guys don't have Champions League, so I think it'll be Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the other reason why I thought, Chelsea are more likely to finish fifth than Liverpool. No Europe for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Just the two cups. If Liverpool take a while to get ready, like Iraola took 10 games before Brentford won a game.
Yeah.
If he gets them slow start, I don't think Liverpool are gonna wait for 10 games, but 5 or 6 games to get ready, and it looks like they're not in the final, thing of like they're gonna win the league. They could focus on the Champions League, especially if they have show good form. Over there.
Maybe. Yeah.
Aston Villa could also do very well in the Champions League, but I think they'll be focused on trying to finish in the top four. That's been very consistent of them.
Yeah.
Pretty much try getting thereabouts and guaranteeing their total number of games. I think after Liverpool at sixth, which is they could still be a Champions League spot. That would make seventh a the UEFA League spot in. Because I do think someone who's not going to finish in the top 8 in English football might win the UEFA.
All right.
Europa League, because Crystal Palace, more than capable. Then we've got, I believe, both. They've got Brighton playing in the Conference League, and from last season we had. Who finished sixth last season?
Oh, that I have to go look. Last season, sixth was Bournemouth.
That's right. So Bournemouth are also in the Europa League.
Yeah. Along with Sunderland, and Palace.
Yeah, that's right. Sunderland, Palace, and Sunderland, Palace, and Bournemouth are in the Europa League. I could see any one of those three can win and not finish in the European spots because they're going on a Europa run, and same with Brighton. I think, winning European football, guaranteeing a place in the Europa League is going to be good for Brighton, I think. Yeah. Especially if they manage to do like the 1-2-3, like win the Conference League, win the Europa League, and then qualify for Champions League.
Yeah. Always good.
That's how. So it, I think, leaves a lot positions open for the likes of Spurs and Newcastle potentially to move back into those into that top 8.
Yeah.
Because do well in the cups. Newcastle don't have Europe, and tends to happen when the season they don't have Europe. They tend to go far in a cup competition.
Yeah.
Either either the FA Cup or the League Cup. I could see Newcastle do that. Ditto with Everton, and I think for me, given I'm thinking Liverpool finished sixth. I think seventh for me would be Spurs, and then eighth is probably Newcastle.
All right, yeah.
And ninth, it's so hard to say. It could be a team as random as Everton or Fulham over there. And that could
Yeah.
still be European spots. Like ninth place could well be a European spot.
Yeah. Only just, but yeah. I think it's the maximum, right?
Yeah, unless like Newcastle finish in the bottom half, but they win the League Cup, then they'll be in the Conference League, which is like, yep, you're guaranteed to win that, Newcastle. Like,
yeah, 100%.
And what are you picking for the 3 teams to be relegated?
I think I ended up with the 3 promoted teams, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. For me, like, Hull City, they only just scraped into the promotion playoffs in the championship, right?
Yeah.
They haven't really spent a huge amount here. It's, they do appear to be just doing their best to save the money up for the next championship and building through. They've got some decent players in, but they're all journeymen. They haven't spent a ridiculous amount of money. So I sort of think that they're definitely going back down.
Yeah, not like Nottingham Forest a few seasons ago or the Sunderland last season.
Yeah. And by stats, I think if you go over the last 13 full seasons and all the teams that have played everywhere, they rank like 235th. Something silly like that. Well, that's what ESPN has. So they're using 13 full championship seasons with advanced stats, looking at everything done, and I think they must be using the. They were expecting the 39 promoted teams to rank inside the top 40 or top 50, and Hull City's 235th. So, sort of shows that they're not really at the level that championship teams have been at that would traditionally be promoted. So over time, last season is clearly a really good season for them, but we'll see how that all plays out. Really, say Ipswich and Coventry, top 2 last year, much better. Still going to be interesting, and I do see like Ipswich has done the let's spend money now and try and stay up approach.
I think Ipswich's approach was good. The problem is they lost their manager.
Yeah, that's a big loss.
McKenna leaving. Probably going to end up coaching a club there's Eddie Howe and him both available for clubs in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And Ipswich, that was the only downside. And like Coventry have bought players. And I'm kind of feeling super frank. I'm like, maybe he's learned. He's genuinely learned, right? He's put in the work. He probably got given the Chelsea job too quickly.
Yeah, definitely.
And he got it again, and it took him a while to get over it. Like, I understand that. But Frank Lampard, can you imagine if he manages to keep Coventry in the Premier League? That'll be one of the best managerial performances of anyone's career, to be fair, given how under strength they are. But Coventry have a great stadium. They finally get to own it again, so that's good.
Yeah.
They've gone through tough times. It would be great for the Sky Blues to stay up. But if any team somehow, one of those three manage to stay up, who do you think are most likely outside the promoted three to be relegated?
Oh, outside them to be relegated. I can't remember which order I put everything in. I can't remember who I had next. I think I had Leeds next.
Yeah, you did have
Yeah.
Leeds, but do you think they'd be the most in danger outside of those?
I think they'll end up down that end. I know ESPN has them a little bit more safely up in 14th, but yeah, I like to say I think so. They flirted with relegation. I know they sort of pulled away a little bit at the end last year, but they were sort of in the conversation. I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit biased towards teams that have recently come up, and whether they can keep that up and stay up. I think Leeds, Palace, Forest, I think they're going to be close to, if not threatening relegation with the three promoted teams.
Yeah, I think so. There's, especially if we don't know we know Oliver Glasner is the manager now of Nottingham Forest, but what it ends up being, we won't know.
Yeah.
Like, there's no question Glasner's a good coach and a good manager, but the Pozzo family, the Malianakis family who own Nottingham Forest, he's changed managers before. He's not the easiest owner to get along with.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not like... It's the weird thing of, like, I think Roman Abramovich, he doesn't even talk to you. He's just like, yep, you're out of here. See ya.
Yeah, you're done.
So, like, it's why he had still has a decent relationship with all his ex-managers.
Yeah.
Whereas, this is a Leonakis. It's a very different situation, and we'll see how it plays out. Who do you think could be the surprise team? Last season, it was probably Sunderland and maybe a little bit Brentford.
I'm not sure, actually. I don't know if I'm allowed to say Spurs, who I think will have a decent season this year. Surprise in that they've had 2 seasons of not being very good, but I think they might finally actually sort themselves out and get themselves, at a much better position. They seem to be making some good signings. One, looks like they might actually get things around. And having, I think, De Zerbi, right, still manager. So them not being destabilizing themselves with changing managers every few months, I think should help, as long as they keep De Zerbi. I think he seems to have got themselves sorted. So, from that point, surprise. Surprise. Spurs back how they should be. Other than that, maybe a decent Everton run. I know, once again, it's not like it's their weirdly bottom team, but once again, they've been flirting with relegation the last little bit. Once again, got some good signings in. I've already forgotten where I ended them up, but I think they could actually be a bit of a surprise, and there could be something out of them that could look good, and they could look like they had in the past. I mean, they have Moyes back, right? So back to the golden days.
I think my gut feel, like, I think Tottenham Hotspur are going to be the most interesting team to watch, just because we all want to see what De Zerbi's going to do
Yeah.
at Spurs, because this is going to be the biggest club De Zerbi's ever played for, and they're actually backing him
Yeah.
on the pitch and stuff. So we'll see how that works out. But to me, the team I think that could be a surprise is Fulham, because they've gotten Areola as their manager, and a bunch of young Real Madrid kids from their youth academy, who Areola has trained at Castello when he was their youth coach. Now, that could be very, very interesting. Like, Fulham, like, we could say many things, but it's never really had an identity, right? Like, they've kind of just done what the managers wanted. Marco Silva's had a great run, and Marco Silva obviously saw out his contract and left. So, but they've kind of replaced with a very Marco Silva coded manager in Areola. So I could see them do really well. They don't have Europe. Bunch of teams they tend to compete with: Crystal Palace, Brighton, and Bournemouth. All are all in Europe. Sunderland are in Europe as well. So they could potentially finish as high as 6th, depending on how they go out. They could, top case scenario, they might finish in the top 4, but I don't think that's going to happen. My thing is that they might finish in the top 6, which will be, that'll be potentially just outside the Champions League spots.
Yeah, it's possible, and I'm not seeing it personally. A little bit of that might be because I'm a Chelsea boy, little brother after all. But yeah, it could be interesting. I mean, whether Arabola can do something with his team. Say it's still a reasonably old team that may cause problems. Like Silva did Silva things and made them all work, and it all worked together and got decent out of it. But how far can those old legs go, right? And got some newer, younger players in, but I think they're still the oldest, or one of the oldest average age teams. So
yeah, that's always a problem for Fulham, but maybe that's their new philosophy.
Yeah,
getting all young Spanish guys in.
Yeah.
A country that produces good football players. Who knew?
Who knew?
And there's, with so much uncertain, it's gonna be probably the most interesting first 6 weeks of the season to see how everyone plays out before the first international break.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be interesting. Say it's where you get to see how things are sorting out. Say especially it's lots of unknowns, new managers, new players, new teams. Without as we said, most of the top teams have all got new managers, so that's new philosophies as well. So seeing how they all gel with their new clubs, with the new players they're bringing in, different teams providing different levels of backing in terms of getting the players that are needed. So it'll all be very interesting in those first few weeks.
Because we don't yet have a league table, why don't we just do our super duper too early to tell prediction? Who's your top 4, top 5, top 6 for Serie?
For Serie.
I'll go first. I think Inter Milan, they tend to win it every other year. So Inter, followed by Napoli, followed by AC Milan, followed by Como, followed by Juventus.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say who to take out of that. I feel like Roma ended high last year? Yes, third last year. I feel like Roma's in or thereabout as well, but it's hard to see which one they replace, and it's because it's pushing Juve down.
They could push Juve down. I wouldn't mind that, but
No.
I think Como showed they're like very clearly one of the best teams in the league last season.
Yeah, I think Como's definitely placed themselves there, right? They've kicked down the door, they've pushed themselves up there and been like, we're actually decent. Which does throw things around a little bit, because now what's that?
Yeah, because Serie wasn't difficult enough to predict
Yeah,
before.
exactly. It's like, at least before, like, whilst it wasn't difficult, it was like 7, 8 teams that were close. Now you're adding another one in there. It's like, okay, might as well, like, just half the competition could be like, any one of these ones could win. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, like, Fiorentina last year finished 15th, but they're a halfway decent side. That's, possibly the lowest they've finished for
a while,
some time. Yeah, like, you're not even putting them in the top 6, top 7 type material as well. So, yeah. To say, Serie, just throw just about all the names in there in a bag, shake them up, pull out 6. That's your top 6. But I mean, I would agree. Yeah, Inter's Inter. If they're
Inter's
not,
always consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know you put Napoli next. I sort of want to go with AC because that feels more right. But Napoli definitely up there. Put them third. Como, I think you had them fourth. I'm happy with them fourth. AS and then AS Roma. We're going 5, yeah.
No, I was saying, like, I think AS Roma are kind of going to have a good season. I didn't pick them in my top 6, but that's just because Serie is so competitive.
Yeah. It's hard to really say there. So you just got to pick them and pick 6 and hope and see.
Yeah.
But as you say, that's why it's one of the most exciting leagues, right? It's always
Definitely.
Always something happening, always something interesting, always super close.
Absolutely. Moving on from Serie across the Western Mediterranean, La Liga. Who's your top 6?
Top 6. I mean, we have to go.
I think Barca do the 2-peat.
Yeah, I'll say I'm probably going Barca first. Real second.
Mourinho finishes second in his first season back at Real.
Yeah. I feel like Barca's strengthened. They won last year and they already strengthened themselves this year, right?
Yeah. So, they have Rodri.
Yeah, they have Rodri. I mean, yeah, it's like
they have the best player in the world. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. It's like they've got better. They got Rodri. The rest of the dealings have been decent. Like, yeah. So I see Barca first. Madrid second. Maybe Atletico back in it. Third. Then, no. I'm happy with either Villarreal or Real Betis. Maybe Real Betis then Villarreal. And that's 4th and 5th.
And 6th?
Oh, we're going 6th? Oh. Which one of them? Maybe? Just thinking like European nights now coming into it a little bit for the next few of them. So maybe Valencia. Let's go Valencia at 6th. So don't think they have Europe, right? I think some of the others that are potentially in that space have Europe this year.
Yeah, I think the big three will maintain. I think Barca, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, 1, 2, and 3. Number 4, I like Villarreal. I think 4th place for them. I'm gonna pick Athletic Club Bilbao to finish 5th.
Ooh.
They've just gotten stronger. I do think they're gonna improve. I'm tempted to go the back-to-back Basque and pick Sociedad to go 6th. But I'm going to go to Andalusia. I think Real Betis will finish 6th.
Okay.
So those are the top 3. And the final league we're looking at is the Bundesliga. Who is your top 6?
I think Bayern takes out top again. I think Dortmund 2nd, Leverkusen 3rd. Who's next? Leipzig, Hoffenheim, Stuttgart.
Hoffenheim, Stuttgart. Okay, Hoffenheim, you reckon will finish 5th?
Yeah,
Interesting.
It is pretty much last year's reshuffling of last year's ordering. So Bundesliga there's not that wilder changes. They have changes over time, but year to year it's not too horrendous. So
I'm gonna pick my first hot take of this season in our first podcast. I'm gonna pick Dortmund to finish top of the league. They're finally gonna go over the line.
Woo.
And beat Bayern Munich to get to top of the league. 2nd will be Bayern. So Harry Kane will have only 1 title in his first 3 years at Bayern Munich. 3rd, I said Leverkusen 3rd. 4th, Leipzig. And a part of me wants to wish Schalke 04 gets 5th, but I don't think that's very likely. I think Eintracht Frankfurt will get 5th place and continuing their good record in the recent years. And I think 6th place, we will go another surprise. I think Union Berlin will make their way back into the European spots.
Nice.
But Bundesliga is so competitive. Like, I know the top 4 generally is not, but the rest of the table, it pretty much just does change. And Bundesliga second division is apparently even more competitive.
Yeah.
So at one point, I think Bundesliga, the second division had clubs with more trophies and champions titles than in the second division than in the first division.
Wow.
Like
That's
teams
crazy.
that had won the title, because obviously Bayern Munich on its own has won heaps. So I don't mean total titles, but
just teams that had done it.
Yeah, like have a star like Leicester do on their badge. Yeah. They've got a title, and they also had like Hamburg SV that had won the had won the European Cup back in '83.
Yeah.
So, crazy season. It was crazy back in the day, but still pretty competitive. I think it's gonna be an interesting season. Mourinho back in the spotlight, back in the top. How much prediction? How much MoCast are we gonna have this season to talk about?
All the MoCast. Like, he's back in La Liga, right? That's one of the few places that are just made for him. If he's not in the Premier League, the La Liga, and he's at Real Madrid, like that's his limelight, that's his spotlight. It will just be full crazy. It'll be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I think that's all we have time for today.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks very much for listening, and look forward to hearing from you next time.
Catch you next time.
Well, that is the end. Thanks for listening all the way through.
If you liked what you heard, be even more. Find 642 Discord and a Buy Me a Coffee.
Pretty sure it's Buy Me a Beer.
Oh yeah, buy me a beer on buymeacoffee.com.
In both these places, you can talk to us, and we may even listen, especially if you do buy a said beer or coffee. I might still be confused.
Yes, we're easily bribed. All links are in the show notes below.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
This is on YouTube.